Is Bunny going to get folks together? Lisa, do you know?
What was that?
Was Bunny going to get folks together in Northern Virginia?
She had mentioned it to me. Did she talk to you about that?
I
I'm
know
not
she
sure
didn't.
that-
Honestly, it wouldn't have been possible for me to
Yeah.
travel up during the workday, but
She's about 2.5, 3 hours from the Southern Virginia or mid
Yeah.
Virginia people. And then I'm out of town.
Speaking of
So I'm out of town.
where are you, Sharon?
Well, I live in Loudoun County where Bunny lives.
Oh, okay,
But I'm out visiting our grandkids right now.
okay,
Welcome home.
okay.
Yeah. So I was like scrambling on the plane to try and catch up.
Yes, yes. A lot of you girls travel quite a bit.
I don't do that much, but I had a baby shower and a bunch of other
Yes.
stuff. So
You have a new grandchild?
in about 6 weeks.
I
So
see. Somebody else
we
has
did-
a new grandchild.
Yeah, Bunny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we did a shower for them, so I came out for that.
I see. That's good.
It's fun.
How are you feeling today, Carol?
I'm much better. I'm
Oh,
much
boy.
better. Yeah, yeah.
Good.
I still have to wait for 10 days though. In this community, you're not to be
Good.
together until 10 days after the time you get it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're very careful.
Well,
So
that's good.
I'm going out shopping and going out other places, but with a mask on.
Bill always wears his mask, even now, always. You know, like if he
Yeah.
goes to the grocery store or
Yeah.
anywhere, to church, anywhere. he
Yeah,
wears his
really.
mask. Yeah,
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
you know.
In the grocery store, I was the only one with a mask on the other day. The only one. Yeah. So
I wear
but
them a lot. I don't care if people think it's weird.
I,
I don't want to get sick.
no. Well, I've been good all along. It was that somebody else came to our community center for a repair or something, and he had COVID. So anybody of
Oh.
us went to the community room, I got it right away. There are about 3 of us.
How was
And then
your
I gave it
recovery?
to my husband. Pardon?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that's good. Well, it's 6 after 3, and I think we have a lot to talk about. So why don't we just start? And if other people join in, that's fine.
Can you guys hear me? Anyone hear me? It's
Oh, yes,
Bunny.
I do.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear
Hi,
you.
Bunny.
Yes,
Yeah.
Hi, I just joined in. Hi, everyone.
Hi
Hi,
there.
Bunny.
Hey,
So you're done. You did 100 days.
Yes, we did.
Wow.
And did anybody do all 100 days?
Yeah.
All right.
That's so
99. I did 99.
I didn't do today's.
I was pretty close. I doubled up, so
Yes.
I'm close.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That counts.
I don't think I joined until 10 days into it.
Right.
yeah.
It's with Carol's encouragement, I
But
might.
you've been going great guns. You get bonus points. So you're definitely up to 100.
Well, it's so nice to see everybody up close and personal. I tried to do it in the car the last time, and it
Right.
was disastrous, with the road noise and the pictures were so small. So it's fun to see everybody. And I would go to Virginia to come to your house if Carol would travel with me.
Hey, there we go.
Well, I think it would be really fun to get everybody together this summer sometime or something, if that's possible. It'd be really cool.
I'd come to the Vermont again also.
Yep.
Lisa. Yeah, I'd come to the farm.
There you go. We could
Well,
have a
you-
little
you've got the
donkey party.
Weathersfield in there. We could all hang out at
Yes.
the
oh,
Wethersfield.
that-
There you
that's
go.
nice.
Yeah. All right, so let's go around. Did everybody pick out their favorite from their 100 days?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Um, Does anybody have one handy?
I brought the
Yes, I do, but how to show it to you, I'm not sure because of the phone. Here I go. I'm going to show you my favorite. This
Okay.
blew me away because I really love it. Can you see it? Let's
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
My jug.
Yeah.
jug.
Yeah, that's very
I
nice.
can't believe that. Oh, that was very nice. And then I have one other that I couldn't believe, and that's my wave.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how that
Yeah.
came out.
Amazing.
That
Very,
was just a
great.
swish of the paintbrush.
very yummy, very rich
Hey,
colors.
yeah. So
Nice.
anyway, that's a great step. When I look at my first one, which was really a wimpy paint, a wimpy picture.
Well, it's funny that you say wimpy because that's what I've seen with everybody's is you're getting much bolder about the whole thing. Even your
Yes.
lines are stronger, your colors are stronger. Everything is just like, I can do this instead of barely touching the paper and going, oh, it might not work.
Yeah, right.
So that's great. Anybody else have one right there? Oh, the fish. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
That's
I like
great.
Say
that.
something so you come up on the.
Huh? Can you see that
The
now?
angelfish,
There we
correct?
go.
Oh,
Yeah, oh
yeah.
yeah, that
Very
was
nice.
really glowy.
It's a
That's-
French angelfish, and like I said, it's one of my favorites when I go diving, and they really, if you Google them, they come in all kinds of vivid colors. They can be, prominently black or all different colors, and the pastels were really neat to work with doing that, so I really had fun with it.
That's amazing that you
excellent.
got that glittery color with pastels. That's,
Yeah, there was a, I learned, that you can scrape at them, and put underneath colors and then bring them back through. And
Yeah.
so I would do that, scribe into them. And it turned out pretty cool. I really liked it.
That would make a nice class. Let's have a class on how to do that.
Here you go, Beth. Sharon, do you have a favorite there?
I don't have it here. I was looking at one on my phone that I did like, but it's not necessary. It's that little barn I did on the side of the street.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That
nice.
one. I
was-
want to do that in like a bigger, not just as a little study at some point, because I drive by it every day and almost every day. And I look at it and I think that would make such a great painting. So
Yes, yeah.
as you
good.
know, Lisa, I'm a barn fan.
Yep.
Yes. Must've been where you met.
Yeah.
She did my class with me in Appomattox.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was the start of trouble for me.
I'm sorry. Sorry,
good
not
for-
sorry.
Good trouble. She started me on this journey.
Well, you've come a long way. It's great.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this was one of my favorites, only because it was something I hadn't done since I was a kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
loved it. It was fun to do too. Like that.
You all did great finger paints, and I think that maybe we should just do 100 days of finger painting. How easy would that be? Yeah, it's fun.
Although I cheated, but somebody else did too. Well, I don't know if it was cheating. I used rubber gloves or gloves.
No, that's not cheating.
Oh.
That's smart.
Oh, now the truth comes out. Oh, great. You're so vivid, Sandy. Your colors have just, I don't know, they just pop out. They're so colorful.
Yeah.
Well, the amazing part is, I really like watercolors.
Yeah.
When I tried to do, of course, I bought them at Walmart, so they might have not been the best. But there was just, you couldn't do any, it seemed so flat and blah. So that's when I went and got some acrylics at Michael's, which I've liked because they clean up easily, and it was just, I've never done anything like this, so it was fun, a lot of fun. It was very nice. I really enjoyed every minute.
If you want to do watercolory effects, you can do that with the acrylics. So play around with that a little bit too. Just water them down more.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And is it funny, you do a lot with pastels, right?
Yeah, is my microphone on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we
Is
are.
my
hearing you,
video,
yes.
is my video part on? Can you
Yeah,
see me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on my phone and so I wasn't sure if it was all correct. Anyway, Yeah, you know why? Because the pastels are, well, I'd never done anything with pastels before, but when I picked them up, they seemed A, very portable, and B, they seemed like you get a lot of bang for your buck with those. You know, a little bit goes a long way, and they're very pliable. So I think it was nice to start with that. I think if you start getting into various paint, you have a whole another I don't know, 100 things you have to consider with where you have a paintbrush in your hand. It's a lot, well, it's a lot harder. So pastels felt more like, you know.
But
I don't
still, your pictures all look so vivid. I mean, not, you know, they just have that lovely look to them. And and they were chalk pastels.
Yes, they're just the chalk pastels. I had some
Well,
water soluble ones, but I liked the chalk ones better. Because you could, my fingers were usually covered by smushing
Yes,
and blending and stuff. But I think those pastels, yeah, they're very user friendly. I think user friendly. Yeah. But I really enjoyed this challenge. I wish I had been able to do all 100 days. Like I saw someone raise their hand back there. But, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's been so motivating, and it's been so wonderful to have a small community that is kind of a safe space that you can put things in, and I just loved it. So thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Nora, what about you? You're quiet back there.
Well, I thought this was like one of the best experiences I've ever had, because I think that before I was a little bit like, I don't know if I can do this, but now once I've done it, it feels like it's so much easier to just sit down and do some art.
Great.
Yeah, I
Good,
thought
keep up, keep going.
Yeah, so I hope you're all sort of feeling like you got a habit going and you can keep going. We can keep the Facebook group going, and you guys can just keep sharing what you're working on. We all
That'd be
I love
we
that.
all know we're not going
That'd
to
be
bite
really
each
fun.
other. That's great. Yeah.
I love that. I mean, at first I was so self-conscious about posting anything, and then it's like, yeah, just do it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this one's not great, but who cares? I'm just putting it up. And it was like Bunny and everyone said, it was just so nice to have it be safe. And it was so fun to applaud everyone's great successes too.
It was fun to watch the growth of everybody.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that as much as anything else.
yeah.
And I enjoyed learning from other people too, really. You know, you could look at what
Yes.
someone
Yeah.
did and
Mhm.
say, oh, you know, they put that detail in there that kind of applies to mine. And wow, you know, there was a lot of cross-pollination that was very, very helpful, I think, as well as the support, just the,
Yeah,
you know, like
I
I said,
agree.
safety, I can put it out there.
How many of you are professional artists? How many use your art for business? Anybody?
Just Lisa. That's odd. I thought maybe there were
Yeah,
more than that.
Bunny, I thought maybe she used her art for business.
Well, for business professionally, I do art in 3D. So I do interior design. And so I think that is it's just art in 3D. It's more sculptural, but you have to know, you know, colors and scales, and it's the same bucket in your brain.
I see.
Yeah. But the art.
And when you see the homes she's done, you know that they are truly art.
Art.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Yeah, so it's such a joy. I'm so happy to hear you, Lisa, suggest that we can keep the group ongoing and sharing things, because I am learning too. I snagged Beth's paint pens and got addicted to those. I saw, Beth, you were using paint pens. I think it was Beth using paint pens. Somebody was using a paint pen for detail. Maybe it wasn't.
I think.
It was on
street-
the groundhog, wasn't it? They did it on the
Oh,
groundhog.
yeah, I used oil pastel pencils, like oil pencils to get at the finer detail. I found
So-
black and white pencils on Amazon, and the thickness of the pastels, a lot of times you can't get at small detail. So I found these pencils and they were pretty neat.
Well, I got it wrong. I found something else thinking I had the right thing, but now I'm addicted to those. So I'll have to look for the ones you told me were the correct ones.
Now you got something else to get addicted to.
Yeah.
I'll never
Yeah.
get anything done.
Yeah.
What is a paint pen? Exactly.
Well, I went to Michael's and got this pack of gray. It's they have them all. I got the gray scale, and they're just like markers, like little felt markers. They have the finer tip and then the even finer tip, and they come in different colorways. I just got the gray. Yeah, they're really fun. So maybe it was the wrong pen, but I do think, Beth, as you said, you learn from each other, and I think it was one of your pieces that I saw so much detail that really caught my eye, and I thought, oh, I want to introduce more detail like that what I'm seeing on your piece there. So then I went to Michael's.
I
I
think
got
Michael's
some.
benefited from our class.
Yeah.
That and Hobby Lobby.
Oh, yes. I bought the pencils, the pens. I bought a black pen and a green pen and watercolor. And the only trouble I found, you had to do it after the other paint had dried because it ran terribly.
Right.
So then I got acrylic one, a set of 8, just basic colors. And that's very nice, very fine. And it just outlines things.
So where did you get those, Carol?
I got those at Michael's.
You did get them at Michael's, okay.
Yeah. So there are many, many different pens now. We don't know what you're using. One was an alcohol pen. And then I got this package of 8 and they're very sealed and you have to shake them to get the ink to come down.
Oh,
And yeah, they do little tiny places, which is nice.
Yeah.
I used them on my crown today, the painting today.
very good.
I'd be curious to see if after this 100 days, if there's anyone, like if someone said you can take a class in anything related to this experience, what class would one take? What medium or what?
I would take a botanical drawing class.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great.
I like my flowers. Yep.
Yeah, I love flowers too. That's something I really discovered throughout this whole thing was I've done a lot of landscapes, but every time there was a chance to do flowers or I made a chance to do flowers, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think I would be interested though. My nemesis is still watercolors and I'd like to overcome.
Yeah.
I would like to overcome watercolors a little bit.
Yeah, I'd like to do more watercolors with flowers would be great. I found out, I learned that with watercolors, you don't have to have the edges touching. They're just illuminate just a thought. It's very dainty and very, very interesting. I'd like to do more.
Okay, this is my jalapeno. Can you see my jalapenos?
Oh, yeah. that's
Oh,
great.
yeah, yeah.
Peppers.
All it is adult coloring. I feel like I'm 8 years old and I'm like this.
That's okay. That's what I was doing today.
Is that what you did today? That's beautiful.
I know it is.
You gonna share that?
Yeah. They want me to show you my crown.
Yes, your
beautiful.
crown's
That
magnificent.
was unbelievable. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh, my
gorgeous.
goodness. When did you have time, Lisa?
I didn't, that's why
I think that's
I
beautiful.
did it in about 15 minutes because I was like,
How did you outline it?
Yeah.
With
What'd
a
you
little
use?
magic marker Sharpie?
I just used a pen, just a gel pen, and I drew the whole thing first and then I
Right, and colored it in.
Colored it in with paint.
acrylics, yeah. As far as the classes, the what would you do next in a class? Rika and I are both doing a creative, no, CVP, Creative Visionary Program. It's called. It's, I think I told you about the Art to Life workshop that Beth, you took it, right? And
Mhm.
anybody else take that? There was a free workshop online back in February. Anyway, that was sort of to get you ready to sign up to do the full Creative Visionary Program. So Rika and I both signed up for that. And it is intense and it's great. We're exactly halfway through.
Oh, wow.
But every week it's several videos, and then they have group meetings and exercises to do, and it's covering all kinds of stuff. And it's not just technique. A lot of it is your mindset and deciding what you're going to paint and how you're going to paint and what comes next. And it's really interesting. It's a great group. 2,000 people taking it.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
my
And I'll
goodness.
tell you, it takes a lot of time on Facebook. Nobody mentions the time you spend on Facebook looking at everybody else's work.
But like we've been doing, everybody is showing each other, showing their own work and commenting on each other's work, and it's all very positive and it's great. So something for you guys to think about. I would encourage these free workshops. There are a lot of them, and the same thing was happening in the free workshop. It was a 3-day workshop, and everybody was on Facebook and commenting, and it was great.
A lot of good information.
There's so much out there on YouTube, and I think Carol, you used a couple of YouTube.
I did. 2 times I used YouTube, yeah. And today for the crown, I did it. That's how I got the daisy crown, by going on YouTube. In my mind, I knew what I wanted to do, but I can't see it. I have to copy something. It's very interesting.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So this CVP class that we're doing, the instructor is a very abstract painter. And Rika and I are like, we can't do that. It's like, we need I feel like I have to paint something, that I have
Something.
it either has to be in my head what I want to paint, or that I'm looking at it and I want to paint it.
That's right.
But
Yes.
I have a really hard time just letting the paint fly, because it just doesn't.
Nerve-wracking. Totally. I would just would become hysterical inside. It's like,
It doesn't look right because you don't know what it's supposed to look like.
exactly. Make random marks. Like, fun.
It's interesting.
Well, let's see yours.
Oh, all right. Well, I had a couple that I really
I
liked.
love
Oh, I
that.
did too.
And this one,
Yeah.
that one was early on.
Mm.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that was one of those where I thought, oh my God, there are 500 leaves on that thing. How am I
Those are
ever?
Rika colors.
Exactly. They're, how the heck am I? And they overlap each other, and it became a matter of just kind of making marks. And all of a sudden it turned into the begonia, and it's like, oh, how do you?
So that would be what Nick wants you to do.
That kind of thing. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But there were a couple of ones that were, at one point, I think it was the one on movement, that
Yes.
I'd gone up into the woods, and I've got this brook that comes cascading down over the rocks, and I took a photograph. And when I got home and started painting, it's like, well, it's the middle of winter in Vermont, everything is some variation on the theme of gray. And it's like, I don't use gray. And how the heck are you supposed to make anybody see what's actually happening? The only reason you can see it in nature is because it's moving.
Yes.
And so I had painted it all in, and then said, you know what, this just doesn't read at all. So I thought, well, I'm just going to change the colors.
Like you have
So-
purple in the background of that picture. I mean, I would never just do purple.
Of this?
It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's gold in itself, isn't it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
just using different colors. It's great.
Yeah. That's, yeah, so there were a couple that were just fun. That's the one with
I
the
love
brook.
that.
That was the one
That
that
was good. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
of course, I've
Oh, yeah,
had
that's
friends
nice.
look at it and they have no idea actually what that is, other than sort of a interesting combination of colors and shapes. Haven't seen it as a brook, so anyway.
I did a lot with pictures, photographing something I saw. And then I had it on my phone so I could put the picture right next to me
Yeah.
and do it that way. So I was always taking a picture. Even if it's from the internet, I snapped it that way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, lots of times, like elephant, it's like, I sat there and went, what does an elephant look like? And it's like, I had to
that's
look
right.
it up because it's like, I'm not sure how that works. How does their trunk come out of their head and where are their ears? Yeah.
The giraffe, I had to do the giraffe on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah.
I'd also be curious to see when you sat down to do a piece, did you spend an average amount of time? Did you spend really 15 or 30 minutes, or did you spend 3 hours or 6 hours? Or are they all different?
So
I spent about an hour most days. I'd look it up, the first thing in the morning is, okay, what's today's prompt? And then I would just sort of muddle with that all day long. And I came down with COVID the first day, so I missed the first week of actually painting, and I had so little strength afterwards. But by 4:30 in the afternoon, it's like, okay, I think I can hold my head up long enough to do this, and I would spend, half hour to an hour, and at a certain point, I would just, it's like, as soon as I started to hesitate about what to do next, I would say, okay, you're done, pull off the tape, you're done.
Yeah.
So,
how about you guys? How long did you take?
15.
Yeah.
Anywhere between 15 and sometimes an hour.
Yeah. Nora, how about you?
I take about like 30 minutes, 15.
Yeah. Yeah. Beth, I think you took a little longer.
Yeah, sometimes I just, although, at the end I could get or on a good day, I felt like, hey, I'm just going to do this quick. There was one time Bunny said, I'm going to catch up and I'm just going to do like 15, 20 minutes. And I did the same. I forget what the theme was. And it was like, you think like that more often, I mean, if you make yourself just capture it quicker.
Yeah.
It works, versus perseverating over it.
Yeah. When I was getting ready to go away on vacation, I doubled up. So I was doing two a day plus the class we're doing. So at 10 o'clock, I'd be out here going, ah! So some of those were maybe 5 minutes. I was just so tired. But
Well, it's hard in my area because I'm in a retirement community, so I don't have a room to paint in. And I have to bring everything out to the dining room table. So every night I have to put everything away and then bring it out. So I think about it all day long. And then at the dining room table, I must paint an hour maybe while Bob's watching a sports game or something. It's a nice little time. But my sewing is sort of stopped, and I've got all these little granddaughters who need little dresses. They didn't get them for Easter.
they got paintings instead.
I wasn't there for Easter, so they don't know the difference.
Right.
Well, I just came back from a week away, and I learned that I can do my watercoloring on my lap. That's about basically all the room I had, and the place that we stayed was just on the little, piece of, what was it, a piece of wood or whatever, and I put the paper on that, and I have a little travel pack, it's about this big for watercolors, and that was it. It's like, you can do this anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
No
good.
excuses. Yeah. Well, our timer is going to go off here in 5 minutes. So I'm going to suggest that we keep going with the Facebook group. And if anybody wants to throw out a prompt every now and then, we could play with that. Nobody has to do anything, but if you want to, you can do it. And let's just keep in touch with each other. You have everybody's email addresses.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Mhm.
I might occasionally send the group an email and just sort of check in with you and see how you're doing.
It would be neat too. There is so much out there, you know, YouTubes and everything, that if people see something they think is really good, it would be great if they would post that, you know. For me, it would be wonderful. I mean, I do searches and, you know, try to find things, but I bet there's more minds work better on finding something sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. Discoveries are great to share.
Well, I didn't know whether the group knows that Lisa and I are related. Do you know that?
No.
Lisa's been very good. She's never once called me Aunt Carol. And I thought that was really cute because she always calls me Aunt Carol because she's known me all her life. And I took care of her when she was very little. So anyway, it's kind of funny. Here I am, her aunt, signed up for the class just because it's her. And it's reached many different corners, including Sandra, who's been my friend for years. And,
A long time. And how many
yeah.
years? Probably 55 anyway.
Yes, yeah, right, yeah.
55 years.
So it's been fun to be the aunt in the group, and nobody would ever know except for Sandra.
Well, can I say, I did offer some time ago, I'd be happy to host our Virginia group here at my farm, if anybody wanted to participate in that, but I'm not sure who is I don't know where anybody lives. I know, well, Sharon and I are certainly within neighbors, but is anybody else here from Virginia?
Yeah, Stacy and I live in Richmond.
Oh, okay, great. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we had half of our Easter yesterday drove up from Richmond for the day and then drove back. So no, we're not. Yeah, so it's not. I think they said it was about 2 hours.
Yeah. It
So
is.
we're,
I mean, if you can avoid the heavy traffic times.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
But yeah, that would be fun. That would be
It'd be
great.
fun. Yeah, it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to get together, do something like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, my invitation stands, and are there just 4 of us Virginians? Sharon, myself, Beth, and
Stacy.
Stacy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Is that
then
it?
Lisa has 4 or 5 up in her area.
Well, I've got 4 right here.
Yeah.
Where, Nora, where are you?
We're in Massachusetts.
You're in
And
Massachusetts.
sort of in Weathersfield.
Yeah,
A little bit in Weathersfield.
a little bit.
We're gonna claim her.
Yep.
Whereabouts in Massachusetts are you, Nora?
Well, it's near Plymouth. It's in a little town called Plimpton, but no one knows where that is.
Oh, I do, because my husband is from Mattapoisett.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm actually from the city of Quincy, so I do.
Wow. Yeah, my
I
dad.
haven't been in I haven't lived in Massachusetts for heavens to Betsy, almost 60 years, so it's a
Oh
little,
my gosh.
or more than that, actually, probably 70 years.
Wow.
And I'm actually,
Anyway.
I'm a UMass alum. I lived in Amherst, Northampton for several years. I loved it up there.
Wow.
All right, ladies, we're down to a minute, so I'm gonna say congratulations.
Indeed.
You guys did awesome. It was so fun.
It's wonderful.
I think
Um,
you should make 10 copies of the crown and email everybody, send everybody a crown.
Yeah.
Lisa, we really
Thanks to
appreciate you.
Lisa
Yeah,
for
thank you
doing it.
so much,
Thank you.
Lisa.
Yeah,
it was my-
thanks for everything, Lisa. This was wonderful.
Well, let's keep in touch and keep going forward. Keep it-
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll look for
Painting.
airlines,
Yeah,
cheap
yeah,
airlines to
painting.
Richmond.
Come see us in Virginia.
All right, see you
All right,
guys.
thanks, everybody. Nice
All
to
right,
see
thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Y'all take care.
Nice to meet you.
Mhm.
Nice, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.